Oftentimes in the Nutcracker for the Waltz of the Flowers, you will see an all-female cast. And our take on Waltz of the Flowers is a little bit different. We have roles for male dancers, which is not something that you typically see. But for me, that opened up a lot of choreographic opportunities. So our Dewdrop Fairy dances with a thistle, and that allows them to do partnering and turns and lifts. I like to think of the dancers each as a beautiful, unique flower, and so our inspiration came from many different types of flowers. It's more of a garden setting, so we have some other creatures that you might find amongst the flowers. We have dragonflies, frogs, butterflies, and even a bee and some snails, and so that just brings another element to life.
Flowers is a very challenging scene from a physical perspective for the dancers for a few reasons. First of all, it's a bit of a longer scene, so it requires more stamina than maybe some of the other divertissements, and it also is a very fast tempo compared to some other productions of Nutcracker that you might see.
So in Flowers, I am Thistle, the main male role as far as Flowers goes. Luckily for me, my role in Flowers isn't quite as long and strenuous as the core of girls. It's a beautiful section though. That's the thing with Flowers as a whole, is it's this just gorgeous, colorful section that looks beautiful, and the girls make it look so easy, but they're up there for a long time.
There's no one that's going into Flowers like fresh as a daisy. Everyone has already done a good amount of dancing by that point, because it's towards the end of the show, and so you already might be a bit fatigued, or like your calf might be cramping, or like this or that, but too bad, Flowers is here.
The Nutcracker is really a special opportunity for our student dancers. Not only do they get to share the stage with the professionals, but for many of them, that might be the first production that they're ever in. And if you stick with dance, it's probably a production you're going to be in a lot of times. So some of them really grow up, Nutcracker might be their first ballet, and then they grow up performing in the Nutcracker. So for the young dancers, for the company, it really is a special tradition that we revisit every year.
I teach many of these students throughout the year, so it's really exciting and special to get to teach them their Nutcracker roles and then dance with them, especially in the flower scene, because it brings back a lot of memories of when I was a student, and that excitement and that looking up to the older dancers and then getting to dance with them. And I hope that someday that when they're older and they're getting to do roles like Dragonfly and Dewdrop Fairy and Flowers, that they look back at that as well.
Many of our professional dancers got their first start being in the Nutcracker production, so it's a really special tradition that kind of carries on through the generation of dancers.
To me, Nutcracker, it's magic. It's the whole thing is magical. So seeing them step into their roles, I think that's what it's all about.